freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same. And if you and I don't do this, then you and I may well spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 450 of Gun Freedom Radio, where we engage, we educate, and we inform. We are brought to you by azfirearmsauctions.com, where you set the price on guns, ammo, and accessories. I am one of your hosts, Cheryl Todd.
And I'm the other guy, Dan Todd. Our theme today is respect the parental rights. And our guest is Shelli Boggs. Shelli is a 2024 candidate for Maricopa County School Superintendent. She's a proud Arizona mom, grandmother, teacher, and educational leader who got started in Arizona politics when she saw firsthand the decline in education quality and the invasion of radical politics into the classroom.
Shelli has a proven record for putting student safety and academics first, supporting parental rights, and ensuring teachers and staff are properly trained through professional development and mentorship. Welcome to the show, Shelli.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is exciting. We've been trying to make this work for, I think, months now.
Yes, we have.
And
It's
your
busy, and
schedule,
Maricopa County is a very large county.
it certainly is. And the role that you are seeking to be elected into, so it's the county school superintendent of a huge county, which is Maricopa County. But
Correct.
most people we don't even know what that is, what you do and what we're hiring you for. So can you help our viewers understand more about this position?
Yes, so there's two separate positions that oversee our school education. One's the Arizona State Superintendent. That is not what I'm running for. That's Tom Horn.
Yep.
This is for Maricopa County, so this oversees the school districts in the county. And what this position does is it provides the services supporting school governing board elections, bonds and override elections, school board appointments to vacant seats. We do the school finances, maintain homeschool and private school records. So it's a lot.
Yes, absolutely. And what is it about this role that you said to yourself, I need to throw my hat in this crazy snake pit called politics to go out and campaign and try to win the confidence of the voters?
Well, I mean, I sit on a school board now. I'm in my 6th year on a school board. So I am in communication with other parents on school boards all across Maricopa County, Arizona, actually. But Maricopa County is, where those are the board meetings I'm able to get to the quickest, because I do go in and support these parents when they're in their board meetings, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
So as a board member, understanding the importance of when there is a vacant seat sitting on your board, and if you're working very hard like these parents are to change the culture in these school districts, to get rid of the radical politics and bring back academics as the forefront, and they get appointed, somebody gets appointed to that seat that is, not on that same page, it makes it difficult. And then these parents look like, the domestic terrorists that they've been labeled as, and all of these names that we're being called. And it's very simple. All we want is the politics out and academics to be the forefront. It's very simple. And all it takes is another parent who feels the same way. And our current superintendent has failed us over and over again. And I've had a decent relationship with him because I do sit on a school board, and so we do have to find ways to work together. but I've watched too many failed appointments. Really, it's been ongoing, but this last year has been it's been pretty devastating to watch. And I feel like he's just not he's out of touch with the community and with what's needed and what's wanted. And that comes from being a part of it. And when I'm at board meetings, I'm not even in the position. I go to board meetings for free just to support these parents. He's never around, he's never in there, and I don't know how you make responsible appointments when you don't know what the community is wanting.
Mm. And this is
So
something.
it drew me into I like, okay, I've done this long enough. I can go in and do a better job.
So Shelly, I mean, I've been hearing about it for years, how education has declined. And you think maybe it's because the politics coming in there and they're doing all this woke stuff, or why do we have such a decline?
I think that it's just taken such a forefront over the academics, and students are struggling with focusing, and the teachers can't teach with that being the priority over what the students are supposed to be learning. The distraction, it's a big distraction in the classroom, on top of cell phones and the lack of discipline in the classroom. And even if teachers do try to discipline, the administration they're not supporting the discipline. It's a big combination of different things. And there's the teacher shortage. And so now teachers don't have to go take teaching courses. If they have a degree, they can go online, they can purchase a teaching certification and go into a classroom. That doesn't make you a teacher. It's a craft. You have to learn how to do that. And it's just not being taught, and it's hard. And then teachers don't stay. Like we lose them within 3 years. And then there's a whole new group of, people with, degrees, but it's not a teaching degree, and that's much different.
Why would you want to stay with an organization that doesn't allow you to teach and give you the guidelines to help you to teach students instead of just babysit?
Yeah.
Well, and that's another thing too, the school board that I'm on, because I'm aware of these issues. When I went out seeking a superintendent, and I made sure that the superintendent that I chose had a heart for kids and was education focused. We discussed the lack of professional development that's provided for these teachers, people just coming in some of them just to lend a hand, some might come in to push their activism, but regardless, there's no true professional development. And we did implement that at EVIT, and we've expanded that, and we're bringing everybody in, any teachers who want to come in, do professional development hours. It's true academic professional development. And those are things that I can bring to this position as a tool to help the teachers, school board members, all of that. So all they have to do is just reach out, and I have the resources for them.
Absolutely. So important. And, you have the experience already to know what's broken, and you feel like you maybe have a chance to offer how to fix it. But here's something that the fact of what Maricopa County is, I don't think that enough people really understand. And, our show is not only statewide in Arizona, it is nationwide, actually worldwide. We have listeners everywhere on the planet that there is internet. And so when we talk about some of these issues, I try to, tie into, knowing more about your own area, because here in Arizona, too many of us are, playing catch up with our civics, with our, understanding that this is even an office, right? That too
Yeah.
many people don't even know it is. But so Maricopa County is a very large county with literally millions upon millions of residents, very diverse. Um, it is actually the fourth largest county in the entire nation.
Right.
So these are a lot of families that you are seeking to serve. How can a single set of policies ever hope to serve such a huge and diverse population?
It's really funny that you ask that because it's not as complicated as as everybody's making it. There is a superintendent I have been working with. He was a principal with me years ago, and has moved and implemented a program that we call the broken desk theory. And it's very simple. It's taking pride in yourself, taking pride in your surroundings. The campus teachers need to understand this too. And if you do that, it doesn't matter your background, where you come from, the color of your skin. If everybody's on the same page with that, it brings a self pride, and it provides that feeling of, I want to be better, I want to do better. So it doesn't matter where you go, what your home life is. When you're there at school on campus, there are I don't know, just a standard that's
Mhm.
different. And
Yeah.
if you implement that, we have data that shows it. He took a school district from a D to an A within 3 years just by implementing this one program.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
not difficult. It's not a federal program. It's free. And
Wow.
we have it ready to go. He's now a superintendent in Mojave County and
Mhm.
has implemented it in his school there. And he also has taken the school safety in his
Mhm.
own hands. His school board has chosen to approve the teachers to be trained and conceal carry. And so that school district on their sign
Awesome.
says, we carry. So, enter at your own risk kind of message. And it makes a difference in the school when things like that are implemented.
So much does it make a difference from the inside and the outside, and for the parents. Of course, you know that I am a huge proponent of trained and ready to go staff members. I'm part of the Faster Saves Lives program that trains educators and school staff members. And there's too many people out there that have this idea that, well, teachers are this, all they can do is teach. That is it. And it's like there's so many other parts of life that, maybe there's a teacher that is also a small pilot, to a
Right.
small airplane, or, is a competitive shooter, or
Right.
does a million other things in their lives. And so, this idea that people get in their heads that, well, we can't train teachers to stop a bad guy. Oh, contraire,
Oh,
you know,
he did. I mean, he was responsible, I mean, he took them out and they've all been trained properly. Didn't just say,
absolutely.
hey, we're all going to carry guns and
No,
watch out. It was
no,
not like that. It was a responsible training, and I believe it makes a difference.
does. It does. Me as a grandparent now, I have two littles that are in the public school system. One goes to a private Christian school, and the other one is in public school. And it is on our minds all day while they're at school that, all it takes is a second and lives can be forever changed and ruined. And if
Right.
we just take the proactive steps that are out there to train teachers responsibly, as you say, it can absolutely, it does every single day save lives. So I
Yeah,
appreciate you
those students
mentioning that.
don't have to worry. I mean, those parents of those, they don't have to worry when
Exactly,
they send their kids to
exactly.
that school district.
Exactly. Um, so who has endorsed you and why?
Oh my gosh. I have our legislators, senators, our Senate president in Arizona. They've endorsed me. Our school board, our conservative school board, the majority of them in Maricopa County have endorsed me. I've gotten the endorsement of Riley Gaines, and I know everyone's like, oh, she's, a public figure. We actually have phone conversations.
Yes,
Um,
she's a
I
real person.
She is a real person. I work with her. We fight for our women's rights. I
Hmm.
have been down to the Senate, testifying about our women's rights. So we have a friendship, and she knows what the fight is. So her endorsement is not through her organization because they can't. It is her, Riley Gaines, as a person.
Mhm.
Same with James Lindsay. I don't know if everybody knows him. He's an
Mhm.
author.
He's awesome.
Yeah. So he, again, a friendship that I have with him. It's not his organization. It's James Lindsay, the person. These
Mhm.
people have endorsed me because they know that I'm not talk. I
Mhm.
just don't go in and say all the words. I've actually gone in and I am boots on the ground, grassroots. I don't just, it's not a bunch of words. I am not a politician. I struggle with the right words, in fact. But when it's time to do the job, and that's what matters. And that's my forte. I do the work.
Absolutely. That's really wonderful. And you yourself have raised kids, right? Tell us a little bit about your personal background.
I do. I have three kids. They're older now. My daughters are in their 30s. My son is 21, but I did start this battle when he was in fifth grade. So it's been a long time that I have been, plugging away, chipping away at everything, trying to expose different things. A lot of people didn't believe me. Thanks to COVID, we have more
Mhm.
believers and people that actually see. Um, I have seven grandbabies, and the eighth.
Congratulations. I have
Thank
two, so
you.
I'm a little
Thank
jealous that
you.
you've got
Well,
that
I
many
have the
more.
eighth on the way, and since, we have two genders, we know for sure that it's a female. So
Fantastic.
she will be here in
Uh,
September.
Oh,
How do you get
congratulations.
8 grandkids? We only have 2, but we have dogs.
We do.
My oldest daughter had twins, so I do say I cheated a little bit. So
Okay, fair enough.
there's that. But I'm born and raised in Arizona. I was born in Kingman, Arizona, moved to Mesa when I was 3. So Mesa is where I grew up, and I now live in Queen Creek, and I've lived in Queen Creek for the last 20 years.
Nice.
So
That's a beautiful area.
it is.
Well, thank you for wanting to help the kids because
Yes,
we're a mess right now.
we
We are a
are.
mess.
So, as we just kind of start winding down, and we've touched on a lot of this, but just kind of make your final plea. What makes you uniquely qualified to serve in this position in the fourth largest county in the United States?
For me, I'm the only one running that has sat on a school board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yes. I also have we all have to have a teaching certification and have the experience of teaching, so that keeps us the same. But I'm the only one who has served on a school board, so I know that that side of this job. I also have been, like I said, grassroots, boots on the ground. I have made sure that I have built relationships with our legislators, which has helped me do different things. Like I've passed legislation to make sure our career and technical education programs for our high school kids are able to have an associate's degree attached to their certifications if the school districts can provide that opportunity. But it's there. And I worked on that to get it passed. That is in law. It's in place now for every place, every CTED in the state of Arizona. And I'm also currently working on a bill for this particular office that brings accountability. There's no accountability in statute for the funding and the different things that go on there. No accountability. So I am working with our vice chair of the education committee down at the Senate, and we are proactive. We are working on a bill. So it doesn't matter who gets elected. Hopefully it's me. I don't need a bill to tell me to do the right things, but clearly there are issues going on in there right now that need that outline. And so regardless, from here on out, we get that bill passed, there will be laws in place that require these people to be responsible to our taxpayers and our taxpayer dollars, because we rely on them to do the right thing, and it's just not happening. So being active, boots on the ground, I've helped our school board candidates get elected. I'm working with some now to get elected to help the current board members. I'm involved in the community. I attend the school boards. I listen to, that is something that nobody, including the Democrat running, can say, because if that were true, I would have seen them. They would
Mm-hmm.
be out here doing the work. So I believe that those are the things that separate me from my opponents. And I
That
think
is
it's important.
Absolutely. That's excellent. And the fact that you are seeking, I mean, who does that? You're seeking for more guardrails in a
Oh, yes.
position you're getting ready to occupy,
Right.
possibly.
Right.
Nobody does that. So for me, that's huge.
Right. Well, it's important. I mean, you have to be responsible. And right now there is no statute holding this position accountable. And when I went in to clean up the school district I'm on right now, it was the same thing. It was just a free for all. There was no salary schedule. There was no, organizational chart. It was just whatever the superintendent wanted. You can go back 20 years. There was no board meetings that were ever recorded. There was no call to the public. Like nobody got to do anything.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's all happening now. It didn't take me very long. I've been there for 6 years and it's running very smooth now. But we went through a lot of issues trying to get that taken care of. But once it's in place,
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows what the job is and what you're supposed to do and your accountability. And right now that is lacking there. And I'm going to make sure that it's in place.
That's fantastic. Sometimes we feel like we fight against too much structure, but there needs to be the right amount of structure so that, as you said, everybody knows what their job is, what's required of them, and and it just functions so much more smoothly. So I really applaud that. Tell folks how they can follow your campaign, support your campaign. We all know that campaigns run on people power and money power.
Oh,
And is this just a strictly Maricopa County situation, or what happens in one county impacts others? What happens in one state impacts others?
right.
Can people donate to you or help you from outside of Maricopa County?
People can donate to me from wherever you want, outside of the state, outside of the county. And it does, unfortunately, it requires money. And we're all, working to get that. And we can't bring the change without the dollars. But talent, treasure, and time, that's for sure. Anything you can provide, volunteers. I'm getting ready to get all my signs up. That's a big job. It's hot outside. So having volunteers to help put up signs would be very helpful. But my website is Bogs for Schools, BOGGSFOR schools.com. You can find out more information on me. You can donate. You can volunteer, and that's I I will welcome any and all help.
Absolutely. I mean, it does take all of us coming together and supporting good candidates. And then once we've got candidates in, staying in touch with the people that we've hired with our votes. And it sounds to me that you would welcome the community to do that.
Oh yeah, they might get tired of seeing me.
That's
I,
wonderful.
I will not go into hiding. People
That's
will know that this
fantastic.
position is something because a lot of times I go into rooms and people tell me like I didn't even know this existed, and that's shameful because that's a big job, and parents
Absolutely.
count on that position. They don't realize how much, but they
Absolutely.
will.
Shelly Boggs, thank you so much. Best of luck with your campaign, and we will definitely be checking back in with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye, Shelley.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tell me you look at her and say, this woman has 7 grandchildren.
I've tried to do the math.
I want I want
I
to know
figured it
what
out.
her moisturizer is or
She had
something.
to start when she was 2.
Oh, she is a dynamo. I think
yes.
that's it. She just is, she's go, go, go. She's get stuff done. She's involved with her kids. That is the stuff that keeps you
Right.
young. And
Be involved with your kids. Find out what they're learning in school or not learning
oh
in school.
man,
Because
she's
that,
so right.
I asked my granddaughters when they get home from school, what did you learn today? A lot. And, okay. It's just,
Yeah, don't ask yes, no questions, right? Like,
Yeah.
what did you learn? What
Yeah.
was the favorite thing you learned? Those kinds of things. But we don't even ask smart questions of our elected officials, right? So who knew that there was not only a state superintendent who we've met, Tom Horn, here in Arizona, but a county, Maricopa County superintendent. Never met the person, have no idea. until I met Shelly. When I first was introduced to her by a good friend, Sue Ritter of Knife Rights. She is a mutual friend of both Shelly and mine. In my brain, I thought, well, why are you going up against Tom Horn? And thankfully, I didn't say it out loud and prove my ignorance, because that is not what she was doing. But so yes, we need to ask better questions. We need to get better answers. We need to be more involved. And when you look at what a humongous county Maricopa County is, we have too few people with too much power and control, and according to Shelley, with too little accountability. So let's work on that.
You know what we need to do?
Hmm.
Oh, we need to thank Shelly Boggs for being on the show today,
We do.
sharing her information, and for all our listeners that also listen
Absolutely.
and share. Please
Viewers
share.
and listeners. Absolutely. And if you want to watch this video over or share it with a friend, right? Go to YouTube, Gunstreamer, or the OpsLens smartphone app. And please, when you go there, hit the subscribe and the notification button, because not only does that keep you in the know and let you know when our next episode comes out, but it also tells those platforms that you value what we're talking about on this show.
But it's so hard to hit the, where's the notification button at?
It's there.
Where's it
Trust
at?
me. It's right there. You can see it.
And
I'm
I
probably
have to
pointing at it.
I have to move my mouse.
I think I'm pointing at it.
I have to move my mouse.
Yes,
and click it.
absolutely. Please do that. And then if you want to listen to the audio only version, because maybe you're out on a long
Or they don't want
bike
to see me.
ride or stop it. Then go to our website, gunfreedomradio.com, click the on demand tab with your mouse, right? And
Binge listen to your heart's content, darling.
oh, that was so fancy. That was a little too fancy. Okay, do it again.
Binge listens with all your heart's content, darling.
Okay, I like that one. That was a good one. If you want to see the photos and bios and links to donate maybe to some of our awesome guests like Shelly Boggs, go to the guest tab. And there is a huge and ever-growing database there of subject matter experts, the books they've written, the articles they've written, the works that they do. And when you spend time there, we don't hate that. All right. We have a couple of supporters to our show, and I want to take a minute and mention them and appreciate them. One is Brian and Shelly Hill of
Get a grip,
okay.
Cheryl. Get a grip.
The Complete Combatant. I'm sorry, my brain fritzed out for a minute there because I was noticing that the paper was changing the color on our screen here. But they have created this great product called Locked In Grip. So this is created for shooters by shooters. It is a no slip, better traction, heightened connection for safer, faster shooting, because it's heating up outside. Some places it's hot and humid. And when your hands start getting sweaty, you get less traction on your gun. So go to lockedingrip.com for this liquid shooting sports chalk created by Brian and Shelly Hill of the Complete Combatant. All right. And we also love American-made products. American-made products support American jobs on American soil, making American-made products. And when we buy them, we are helping to cut the cord on those huge corporations that use our dollars to actually diminish our freedoms. With this company, it is an invitation only. This is your invitation. Go to patriothousehold.com/GFR for Gun Freedom Radio. Every dollar you spend there not only supports American jobs, it supports the work we do. We get a small portion of every dollar and we enhance your freedoms. Second Amendment Foundation gets a small portion, and that enhances your freedoms. And you can get your laundry soap, your skincare, your delicious snacks. We always have these nearby. Snack on them in between episodes of the show, and they are our little fuel, bag of fuel right there. But also they have delicious beef products.
Yeah, we need to have one of those tonight. Steaks. They're
and
awesome.
ground beef from Riverbend Ranch. So check that out. You can place your order as you need it or set it and forget it. It shows up on your porch. Could not be more convenient. Amazing high quality products. patriothousehold.com/GFR. All right, we got to get on out of here. Until next time, we are going to
Pray for our nation.
we're going to pray for our leaders and people seeking leadership
All of them, Cheryl?
positions. I think all of them, even the ones you don't like.
Really, Cheryl? Every single one of them.
Even the ones you don't like.
Okay. I'm
Maybe
just
a
checking you. I
special-
asked you, you never answered me.
Yes, I will pray for all of them, especially the ones that drive me crazy because they're not supporting our Constitution and yet they've taken an oath. So yes, I will pray for all of them. All right. Until next time, be good to each other. Have a great week and God bless.
Bye-bye.